And First Alert Meteorologist Colton Sikoraki here. Time now is 2:39. We have a brand new tornado warning that was just issued for parts of Ingham County. So let's take you to pinpoint Doppler radar. Right now, I'm going to zoom in on this storm, and let me turn the lightning off here. And we do have this severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, or I should say tornado warning, that was just issued. Now this is for southeastern parts of Ingham County. This is in effect until 3 p.m. where we do have this tornado warning. This storm is capable of producing a tornado, so we do not have anything that's on the ground right now, but we do have this intense thunderstorm that is located near Leslie and moving off towards the east. So this is in far southeastern parts of Ingham County where we do have this tornado warning that's in effect until 3 p.m. So if you live southeast of Mason, you need to be getting into your basement right now. If you live in Ingham County, southeast of Mason, we do have a brand new tornado warning that is just issued, and this is going to be moving into near the Stockbridge area within the next couple of minutes, probably within the next 10 to 15 minutes right now. So if you do live in southeastern parts of Ingham County, you need to be getting into your basement, get into your safe spot, because we do have a brand new tornado warning that was just issued. So I want to kind of show you a little bit of a different look at radar. And what this is going to show you is actually the wind speeds in the storm. So radar can show you two things. They can show you where the heaviest rain is coming down and also where the winds are. So that it is showing that we have a brand new severe or tornado warning that was just issued for this part of the storm right here. So I'm going to walk over to the key wall and show you that we do have this severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning that's in effect for parts of Ingham County right now because we have been seeing this intense thunderstorm moving in, and we are seeing some rotation within the thunderstorm. So when we see the rotation in the thunderstorm, the National Weather Service will go ahead and issue a tornado warning. And that's exactly what we have been seeing with this storm that is in southeastern parts of Ingham County. So I want to kind of give you your bearing of where we're at here with this tornado warning that was just issued. So this is Leslie. US 127 is right here. So we're looking a little bit further off towards the east where we are picking up some rotation with this thunderstorm. And that's why the National Weather Service has gone ahead and issued this tornado warning, which is in effect for parts of Ingham County. So if you live near M52, closer to Stockbridge, you need to be getting into your basement right now because we do have this tornado warning that is currently in effect. So I want to show you the rest of pinpoint Doppler radar where we do have this tornado warning that's in effect for parts of Ingham County. Now, this is all thanks to a very intense line of showers and thunderstorms that have been making their way through mid-Michigan. But again, the tornado warning has our most attention here because we are seeing that rotation with a possible tornado. Again, there is nothing confirmed with this, just with this storm, but we are seeing this tornado warning that is in effect for parts of Ingham County until 3 p.m. So again, we have about 18 minutes here with this tornado warning, southeastern parts of Ingham County where we have this tornado warning that's in effect until 3 p.m. So if you live in Stockbridge, if you live in this very rural part of Ingham County, we're not talking in the Lansing area, we're talking further to the south and east, closer to Stockbridge, where we have this tornado warning that is currently in effect until 3 p.m. The storm has been showing some rotation, likely up into the upper levels of the clouds, but when we see the rotation in a cloud like that, it doesn't take much for us to get an actual tornado to reach down to the ground, and that's why the National Weather Service went ahead and issued this tornado warning for southeastern parts of Ingham County until 3 p.m. And it looks like a brand new severe thunderstorm warning just got issued for Livingston County. I will give you the update with that here in a second. As we are seeing these strong thunderstorms move through mid-Michigan here, and we have the brand new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for Livingston County until 4 p.m. And that's thanks to a lot of gusty winds. We have been seeing these storms producing up to around 60 mile per hour wind gusts. And so that severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for Livingston County until 4 p.m. I'm trying to see if we have any information in Ingham County where we have this tornado warning that was just issued. Now again, this storm is moving to the east at about 25 miles per hour. That is capable of producing a tornado. So that's why the National Weather Service did issue this tornado warning. Now this is for southeastern parts of Ingham County. So let me draw on here where we're seeing this intense thunderstorm. Showing rotation. So if you live in Ingham County, if you live in the southeastern parts of the county, you want to be getting into your basement, get into a safe place, because we do have this tornado warning that is in effect for parts of Ingham County until 3 p.m. So I'll zoom this out here. Now, we do have other thunderstorms a little bit further to the south. Jackson County is currently under a severe thunderstorm warning. We also have one for Washtenaw and Adrian, or I should say Lenawee County. But again, this has our attention with this tornado warning that's in effect for parts of Ingham County. So let me show you a look at our velocity. So like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, our radar can show two things. It can show us where we do have the rain. It can also show us the wind speed and direction. So when we're showing you this map, this is a look at the velocity where we do have the tornado warning in effect. And this is showing us where there could be rotation. So if you think about it this way, the radar can pick up on which way the wind is going, if it's going away from the radar or close to the radar. When we see these two colors, red and green, so green is going towards the radar and red is going away, think of it, you have those two changes in wind direction, and that's where we do have this rotation that's showing up right here on our velocity, and that's why we did see that tornado warning issued for parts of Ingham County. Now this is very close to Stockbridge along M52, where we're seeing this rotation, where we have been seeing this storm that is possibly showing that there could be a tornado with this thunderstorm. So we're in southeastern parts of Ingham County where we have this tornado warning. It looks like we got a brand new scan. We get new scans from the radar every couple of minutes, so that's what we're seeing here. And you can see very close to that Stockbridge area where we do have a brand new tornado warning that was just issued by the National Weather Service within the last couple of minutes. So I want to step off here and see if there's any new updates from the National Weather Service. Does not look like there are, but we still do have this tornado warning that is in effect for parts of Ingham County. So I want to kind of show you the rest of our radar here. As there are other thunderstorms making their way through the area, this storm kind of started to get a little bit stronger within the last couple of minutes. So we have severe thunderstorm warnings stretching from Lenawee County through Washtenaw, Livingston counties, and even parts of Jackson County. But again, it is this tornado warning that was just issued within the last couple of minutes for parts of Ingham County. Now this is in effect until 3 o'clock. So again, like I've been mentioning, if you do live in Stockbridge, in southeastern parts of Ingham County, if you know anyone that lives in this area, get them on the phone, tell them to get to their basement. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you don't have a basement, think about getting into a closet or an interior bathroom, something that doesn't have a lot of windows, because this storm is showing some rotation, and that's why the National Weather Service has issued a tornado warning until 3 o'clock this afternoon. And you can see the red polygons, kind of hard to tell with all the colors they're showing up on the radar. So in addition to this, there's a lot of heavy rainfall, a tremendous amount of lightning and thunder, so that's something also to consider. And we do have this tornado warning that's in effect until 3 o'clock for southeastern parts of Ingham County, because the storm is showing signs of rotation, and so much so that it is possible that there could be a tornado that makes it to the ground, especially once you get right along M52 into the Stockbridge area. So I want to take you back to what the velocity is looking like, and I've been explaining this because the radar shows two things. It shows us where the heaviest rain and snow is falling, but it also shows us the wind speeds and direction within it as well. So what we see here are two different colors, the red and green showing up on the velocity map. So red is going away from the radar, the wind's going away from the radar, green is going towards. When we get those two colors next to each other, it shows that there is some rotation, and that's exactly what we've been seeing in southeastern parts of Ingham County. So anytime you get the red and green that is right next to each other, that is where there's rotation showing up in the storm, and that is why the National Weather Service has gone ahead and issued that tornado warning, which is very close to that Stockbridge area, right along M52 is where we have the strongest rotation happening, and why there is a tornado warning that was issued by the National Weather Service just a couple of minutes ago. So this is going to make its way off towards the north and east and eventually cross over into parts of Livingston County. Now, Livingston County is under a severe thunderstorm warning at this time as this intense thunderstorm continues to make its way through, but we do have that rotation showing up on here, and that's why we do have that tornado warning that was issued within the last couple of minutes. And I will show you a look at the rest of the radar because this is not the only game in town. We have a lot of other lightning strikes and strong thunderstorms making their way through parts of mid-Michigan. In fact, look at that storm that's in Lenawee County right now, moving towards Adrian. Currently, we do have a very intense thunderstorm there. We'll take you a little bit further to the north where there's a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Washtenaw County, again, right along M52. And then we'll take you a little bit further to the north where we do have the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Livingston County. But again, we do have this tornado warning that's in effect for southeastern parts of Ingham County. Now, this is in effect until 3 o'clock. And I'll keep mentioning this if you do live in southeastern parts of Ingham County. Again, this is not for the Lansing area. This is for further south and east. In fact, here's Mason right here, and it's even southeast of there where we do have this tornado warning that's currently in effect. If you have friends or family that live in this area, you need to tell them to get into their basement. If you don't have a basement, there are other options for you. Interior parts of your house. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Interior bathroom, sometimes a closet. Just trying to get into the center part of your house if you do not have a basement. But the basement is the best way to go, especially where we do have this tornado warning that is currently in effect. It's been in effect for the last while here for southeastern parts of Ingham County, where we do have this tornado warning that's in effect until 3 o'clock this afternoon. So we have been talking about this risk of seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms over the last couple of days, and we said that there was the possibility of seeing a quick spin-up tornado, and that's exactly the possibility here that we're seeing with this tornado warning that's in effect. We have not seen any ground truth to this yet, whether or not we actually are seeing that, but again, we still do have the tornado warning that's in effect. Now, this storm is moving to the east at 25 miles per hour, so it will eventually be moving into parts of Livingston County here, very southwestern parts of Livingston County. Now, this is a very rural part of mid-Michigan, but still the town of Stockbridge is right there along M52, where we do have this strong thunderstorm making its way through the area. I want to take you over to the velocities one more time, and I've been kind of explaining what the radar is showing you here. Anytime we get the reds and greens that are next to each other, it is showing some rotation. And let me zoom in here on the Stockbridge area where we do have this tornado warning that's in effect. So again, red is going away from the radar, green is going towards. You get that change in wind direction showing that there may be some rotation, and we're seeing that right here showing up on the velocity map. And that's why the National Weather Service did issue that tornado warning within the last couple of minutes for southeastern parts of Ingham County. So if you live in Ingham County and you're Lansing, this warning is further to the south and east where we are seeing this rotation. Nothing confirmed at this point, but there is enough rotation showing up on radar that the National Weather Service issued this tornado warning for parts of Ingham County closer to the Stockbridge area, right along M52. A lot of farmland in this area, but there are quite a few homes in the Stockbridge area and several businesses as well. So this is where we're seeing the strongest rotation showing up currently, and that's why the tornado warning has been in effect. So if you live in this area, you want to make sure that you're getting inside, getting into a basement if you can. If you do live in this part of Ingham County, you need to be getting inside, because this is a very strong thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado, and that is why we have this tornado warning that was issued for parts of Ingham County here with this entire line of thunderstorms. But this is not it. There are tons of lightning and a lot of thunder happening with these storms as they make their way further to the south and to the east. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning that's currently in effect for Lenawee County, as well as Washtenaw and Livingston counties. So these storms are going to be making their way closer to the Metro Detroit area within the next hour or so. Still quite a bit of rain happening in the Lansing area, but nothing severe at this moment. But we still do have that tornado warning that is in effect for parts of Ingham County. So this is southeastern parts of Ingham County where we do have the tornado warning that's in effect, and we'll continue to be with you until this warning is canceled or expires. We will continue to be on here giving you the latest information here with this tornado warning that was issued a couple of minutes ago by the National Weather Service. And this warning is in effect until 3 p.m. where we do have this tornado warning in effect. Now, this storm at 2:37, so we're about 15 minutes ago, was just off towards the west, but we still do have this tornado warning that's in effect for southeastern parts of Ingham County until 3 p.m. Again, now this is a radar indicated rotation, so we have not yet seen any sort of ground truth to this, whether or not there's a tornado on the ground with this, but there is rotation, strong enough rotation happening in this storm that there could be a tornado with this storm, and that's why we do have this tornado warning that's in effect for Ingham County. Again, if you have friends or family that live in this part of mid-Michigan, closer to Stockbridge, right along M52, you want to call them, tell them to get into the basements. If you don't have a basement, you want to make sure that you're getting into the interior part of your house. Think about getting into a closet or an interior part, a bathroom. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. That's what you want to be doing if you are included in this red polygon, which is the southeastern parts of Ingham County with this tornado warning that's in effect. Now, this is in effect for another 6 minutes where we do have this tornado warning that's currently in effect. Now, the National Weather Service, this crosses actually a boundary into a different National Weather Service office. So this is Livingston County. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect there where we are seeing this. But I did just notice a new radar scan come in. So I do want to show you a look at the velocities and seeing where we have some of this rotation happening with these thunderstorms as they continue to make their way to the east. With this intense thunderstorm that continues to move through mid-Michigan. So I want to zoom in here. It does appear to me, at least looking at radar, that some of this rotation may be weakening just a tad with this thunderstorm as it is moving into Livingston County. But still, we do have this tornado warning that remains in effect for parts of Ingham County. Now, this is the southeastern parts of the county where we are seeing some of this rotation. And when we show you this particular map, there's a lot to see here, but we have the reds and greens. So when you see those two colors close together, that means you have very sudden change direction of the wind. So that's the rotation, and that's what we've been seeing here very close to the Stockbridge area where we did see that tornado warning issued. We have not seen any reports of an actual tornado, but you still want to take this very seriously. Get inside, get to your basement if you live in southeastern parts of Ingham County, because we do have this tornado warning that has been in effect. Now, this is going to be making its way into far southwestern parts of Livingston County as well, where we are seeing this storm move into it. So I want to see if we have any updates from the National Weather Service. Have not seen any updates. Let me see what the Weather Service office in Detroit is saying here. Again, we still do have that severe thunderstorm warning stretching through Lenawee County, Washtenaw County as well, where we're seeing these strong thunderstorms coming in. It does look like there are possibly some reports of maybe a few tree limbs down in that area, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. But again, we still do have this tornado warning that's in effect until 3 o'clock for Ingham County. But I want to take you back to the more traditional view of the radar, something that we're more used to seeing here when we're showing you the radar. And again, I've been turning off the lightning, but there is a tremendous amount of lightning with these storms, so very noisy storms with a lot of thunder with them as well. But I'm going to turn off the lightning again, showing you that we have severe thunderstorm warning stretching from the state line to about I-96, where we do have the severe thunderstorm warnings in place. So I'll take you through some of these. The one in Lenawee County is in effect until 3:30 p.m., and then there's also a warning in effect for Washtenaw County. Now, that's getting closer to Ann Arbor at this time. That's also 3:30, but 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts are possible with those storms that are moving into Washtenaw County. That's some very strong winds that could bring some damage to the parts of the area. There have been some reports of power outages closer to the state line, especially there towards Branch County. I was looking at the Consumers Energy outage map not too long ago. Now, the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until 4 p.m. for Livingston County, and that is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts that are possible. And there is also something that we talk about sometimes with severe thunderstorm warnings. So when there is rotation within the storm, but the rotation may not be strong enough to issue a tornado warning, the National Weather Service can actually include a line in the severe thunderstorm warning that says tornado is possible. And that's what they do have in place for Livingston County, and that's where that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for until 4 p.m. But we still do, it might be hard to tell there at home, but we still do have that tornado warning that's in effect for Ingham County. And I want to get back to that and show you what we're seeing with the latest scans of our radar. Every couple of minutes, we get a new scan in from our radar. Out of Grand Rapids. There's also another radar site that's over in White Lake, Michigan. That's the Detroit National Weather Service office. So we're going to zoom back in here on that southeastern parts of Ingham County where we do have that tornado warning that's been in effect. Honestly, the rotation looks as of the latest couple of scans, but we still do have that tornado warning that's been in effect until 3 p.m. For parts of Ingham County here with this intense thunderstorm that is making its way through that area where we do have some of that rotation that's been being reported right in southeastern parts of Ingham County. So again, if you do live in this part of the county, very far southeastern parts closer to Livingston County, you want to make sure that you're getting inside if you can. Get inside to your basement because we do have this intense line of showers and thunderstorms that is making its way into So a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder with this, but again, the main story has been that tornado warning that has been in effect for southeastern parts of Ingham County, issued by the National Weather Service. Now, this warning should expire within the next minute or so. We have not seen the warning be extended further to the east. That is some good news. Maybe the National Weather Service is indicating that this storm is beginning to not show as strong of rotation, but still, if you do live in Livingston County or know people that live in Livingston County, especially, here's I-96 right here, especially just to the southwest of there, it's a good idea too. Even though there is no tornado warning there, get inside, because this is that same storm that did prompt that tornado warning. So you want to get inside, get interior part of your house, a basement, a closet if you do have an interior closet or a bathroom, something that doesn't have a lot of windows, and just kind of ride out this storm. Let it pass off to the east. They are moving to the east at about 50 miles per hour or so. So they will eventually approach the Howell area and Pinckney, and Brighton, where we do have that severe thunderstorm warning. And the severe thunderstorm warning for Livingston County is for the entire county. So if you live in Livingston County at all, you're going to see some intense thunderstorms. So some good news. We just saw it pop up there that the tornado warning has been allowed to expire in Ingham County. So we no longer have a tornado warning that is in effect for Ingham County, but we still continue to see these strong thunderstorms making their way through mid-Michigan with some very intense gusty winds, a lot of heavy rainfall, thunder, and lightning. But the good news is that we no longer have that tornado warning that's in effect for Ingham County, but we still do have several severe thunderstorm warnings that will be in effect through Livingston, Washtenaw, and Lenawee counties, where we do have these severe thunderstorms that are currently making their way through mid-Michigan. But again, the tornado warning has since expired in Ingham County. That is some welcome news that we no longer have that tornado warning in effect, but we still do have these very intense thunderstorms that are making their way through Livingston, Washtenaw, and Lenawee counties. But I do want to point your attention off to the west, where we are seeing some more thunderstorms developing back to the west, right along Lake Michigan shoreline. So there's actually a severe thunderstorm warning back that way. So we're not quite out of the woods yet with our thunderstorms. There very well could be more storms that make their way through mid-Michigan. But again, the tornado warning that was in effect for Ingham County has been allowed to expire, which is some welcome news, but still some intense thunderstorms that will be making their way through mid-Michigan. So what we are going to do, we are going to continue to update you. We're going to keep an eye on these thunderstorms as they continue to make their way off towards the east. But we are still under the possibility of seeing some more strong to severe thunderstorms even as we head into the rest of the afternoon and evening hours, which is something we'll be keeping a very close eye on throughout the rest of the evening. But for right now, I believe we'll send you back to our regularly scheduled programming.
This has been a News 10 First Alert Weather Special Report. We now join our regularly scheduled program already in progress.